My team, the Detroit Pistons, finished fourth in Central Division, missed the playoffs for a fourth straight year. Joey D went to work. Fired Lawrence Frank as head coach, replaced him with Mo Cheeks. In the draft, they went out and got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Tony Mitchell, and they just signed Peyton Siva yesterday. It's gonna be an underrated. It's gonna be an underrated move.
I like Siva.
Yeah, Peyton Siva is gonna be. That's an underrated move. They needed to resign. They needed to sign him. They also signed Josh Smith to a full-year, $54 million deal from the Hawks. They just had that sign and trade with the Bucks for Brandon Jennings. And they brought back former Piston fan favorite and 2004 NBA Finals MVP, Chauncey Mr. Big Shot Billups. And they re-signed Will Bynum and brought in Italian League MVP Luigi Tattomi. And they didn't lose much. The only big-time loss is losing Brandon Knight. They lost Jose Calderon to the Mavericks, but everybody saw that coming. They lost Jason Maxiell to the Magic. Everybody saw that coming too. So it's kind of like not big deals right there.
Yeah, like a B.
I'm gonna give them a B plus because they did what they had to do. Joe Dumars, like I said, he's gonna get the 5 best players and put them on the floor together, or his version. And there's still a chance for Rondo. Brandon Jennings is eligible to be traded December 15th. They trade Jennings, they get Rondo, and if they don't have to give up Greg Monroe, that's a win for the Detroit Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all know what Rondo can do.
Okay. What are the other teams that are in the race for Rondo?
I haven't heard anything but Detroit. Like, I heard maybe something Toronto was trying to get in there, but Toronto doesn't really have much to offer. And also, why would Rondo accept a trade to the Raptors? I think Rondo would retire.
Let's see. Where else will Rondo go?
New York was an option, but I don't think the Celtics want to trade with a division rival, although they did trade with Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So who knows?
They gave a lot to Brooklyn.
Yeah, they gave their heart and soul to Brooklyn. So if Detroit gets Rondo, like say they get him in January, I think that puts the Pistons maybe from a 6 seed to a 5 or 4.
Yeah.
Because I'm not Rondo with KCP in the backcourt running up front with Smith, Monroe, and Drummond. Let's have Rondo throwing up lobs to Smith and Drummond.
It's gonna be nice.
Detroit Lob City. We're back. We're back. Pistons offseason, I gave it a B+. They checked off their list. Coming into the offseason, they needed a point guard. They got one. They needed a small forward. They got one. They needed a shooting guard. They got one in KCP. They needed shooting. They got it in KCP, Tattomi, and for the time being, Jennings. Joe Dumars, you did good. I salute you, sir. Great offseason for the Pistons. Moving on. The last team in the Central Division,